When I was 11 years old, we had no food on Thanksgiving. Somebody came, delivered food, changed my life. It made me believe strangers care, so I cared about strangers. And I started 2 families, 4 families. I got to 1 million, 4 million. So about this point, I've been feeding people for 37 years. So I called my foundation, how many people have I fed in my lifetime? And they said 42 million. I was like, wow, that's pretty awesome. I've been 100 million people a year for 10 years and fed 1 billion meals right here in the United States. And I got so ignited by that, Alex, that it was more than, it wasn't money, it wasn't business, it wasn't success, it wasn't, okay, there's a system. It was like, I have to rip apart. If it took me 37 years to do 42 million, to go to 1 billion is gonna require me to think differently, come up with strategy different, be different, and to think of 1 billion lives. That number somehow brought a different level of life. It's kind of like Kennedy saying, we're gonna go in this decade and we're gonna land on the moon and bring a man back to the earth. And all the guys at NASA are like, bullshit, right? This is not gonna happen, right? We don't have technology to do it. I don't care, this is what we're gonna do. There's something about building a moonshot for contribution on outside even what you've done in business. And I did it, I said I'd do it in 10 years, I did it in 8 years. So then I finished that and was like, you know, I'm traveling around the world, you see people starving, it's just trying to do what you're gonna do. It's like, no, I need something bigger, because you can't keep doing the same crap, right? And he goes, Tony, I don't know, 40, 50, 60 billion meals? I said, let's do a 100 billion meal challenge. I said, I did 1 billion meals. When I started, I wasn't a billionaire. I've been blessed, obviously, since that time. You do great work. If you bless others, you'll be blessed, right? I looked it up just the other day. I actually made a chart to show a kid, and he was telling me about, you know, there's no way you can succeed. And I said, okay, you've had an iPhone since the beginning. There's been 19 years of iPhones, whatever it's been. It's now, he'd spend 20, I took up the exact dollar amounts for each one, and what the stock was at the same day. If you would have bought the stock versus the iPhone or just matched it. $22,000 you spend over time, which is gone, or $326,000 you would have. And I'm saying 326 will change your life, but for somebody who has nothing, it sure as hell would, right? But the other part for it is helping people understand that it's like, if I get to be an owner, the whole game changes. Then inflation can be my friend. I don't have to live in this fear I can't have something. So you could bring that to kids, whatever age. You could bring it to big and say, I gotta come something, I'm gonna take 10 million or 1 million or whatever would float your boat. And then when you see those kids and you see scale of that, and you see them taking care of their families, and you hear stories about that, I don't think it'll be old for you.